conventional wisdom in the job market is that to maximize earnings, one must job hop every few years. It's a narrative we've all heard. Switch companies every 2-3 years, demand a 20% raise with each move, and watch your career trajectory skyrocket. But our comprehensive analysis of data from various sources, including the Bureau of Labor Statistics, Glassdoor, Levels.fyi, and Blind, suggests that this approach may not be as effective as once thought. In fact, the data tells a surprisingly different story. Let's start with what the research actually shows about high earners. According to data from Blind, the average tenure for a software engineer at a top tech company is around 4-6 years, not the 2-3 years typically associated with aggressive job hoppers. This is likely due to the fact that these companies offer significant opportunities for growth and development, as well as competitive salaries and benefits. For example, the total compensation for an L5 software engineer at Google can range from $300,000 to over $450,000 per year, according to Levels.fyi data. An L5 engineer at Meta or Microsoft commands similar compensation packages. When you're earning at this level with stock options that vest over a 4-6 year period, the financial incentive to stay becomes much clearer. Those vesting schedules are deliberately structured to reward tenure, another factor the job hopping narrative often overlooks. Now let's address the elephant in the room. The job hopping argument is that each move increases your salary significantly. While this can be true for initial career moves, the data suggests diminishing returns. A software engineer jumping from a smaller company to Google might see a 40-50% compensation increase. But after reaching that top-tier company, where do you jump to? The compensation ceiling becomes harder to break. More importantly, job hopping itself comes with hidden costs that the popular narrative ignores. Recent data from Layoffs.fyi shows that companies like Amazon and Microsoft have implemented layoffs affecting 10-20% of their workforce in recent years. When you're newer to an organization, you're often more vulnerable to layoffs during these events. Conversely, employees with longer tenure, deeper relationships, and more institutional knowledge tend to have greater job security. Let's examine the concept of promotion velocity more carefully. Our analysis of promotion velocity benchmarks suggests that the average time between promotions in the tech industry is around 18-24 months. This means that job hopping may not be necessary to achieve career advancement. You can achieve meaningful promotions while staying at the same company. Consider Google's promotion structure. An engineer can move from L3 to L4 to L5 to L6 within the same organization, with total compensation increasing substantially at each level. The key insight here is that internal promotion pathways are often faster and more lucrative than external hops, especially once you've reached senior levels. An L5 engineer at Google who stays long enough to become L6 might see their compensation increase to $500,000 plus annually. That's substantially more than what they'd get by lateral moves to other companies. This brings us to one of the most important concepts in career strategy: career capital. Career capital refers to the skills, knowledge, networks, and reputation that an individual accumulates over the course of their career. It's the true determinant of earning potential. When you job hop frequently, you're essentially resetting your career capital accumulation at each new company. You're a new employee again, rebuilding relationships, learning new systems, proving yourself. In contrast, by staying in a job for an extended period, individuals can build their career capital exponentially. After 5 years at a company, you have deep relationships with dozens of colleagues. You understand the organizational landscape intimately, and you've likely mentored junior team members. This capital is invaluable and directly translates to higher compensation and better opportunities. Let's discuss the skills that matter most for the future. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects that employment of software developers will grow 25% by 2032, which is much faster than the average for all occupations. This growth will be driven by increasing demand for technology and the need for skilled professionals. To take advantage of this growth, individuals need to develop expertise in areas such as cloud computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and cybersecurity. Here's where long-term employment provides a significant advantage. Organizations with robust internal training programs and mentorship structures are typically larger, more established companies, the kind of places where you'd want to stay longer. At a company like Google or Microsoft, you have access to world-class training resources, expert mentors, and cutting-edge projects that let you develop these future-critical skills. A developer who spends 3 years learning AI at Google while progressing from L4 to L5 has accumulated far more valuable skills than someone who job hopped 3 times in that same period. Let's look at the numbers more carefully. According to the BLS, the median annual salary for software developers was $124,490 in May 2022, with the top 10% earning over $208,000 per year. But in the top tech companies, senior engineers routinely earn double or triple that figure when you include stock compensation. The reason so few developers reach that top 10% isn't primarily because of job hopping. It's because of skill development, career capital, and strategic positioning. We also need to consider the financial benefits often overlooked in the job hopping discussion. The IRS publication 590 and related tax codes confirm that individuals who stay in jobs for extended periods are eligible for significant tax-deferred retirement savings benefits, including 401k matching, mega backdoor Roth conversions, and S programs that can substantially accelerate wealth accumulation. Many tech companies offer S programs where you can purchase stock at a 10-15% discount. Over a career, this compounds significantly. $150,000 per year employee purchasing through S for 5 years could accumulate an additional $25,000, $40,000 in stock value beyond their base compensation. Let's also acknowledge the research on job satisfaction and well-being. Studies suggest that long-term employment can lead to increased job satisfaction, reduced stress, and improved mental health. When you're constantly in interview preparation mode and onboarding at new companies, that takes a psychological toll. Conversely, when you've spent time at a company, you develop stability, deeper friendships with colleagues, and a clear understanding of expectations. This stability also enables you to take on more challenging, high-impact projects that actually build more valuable career capital. Our analysis of Federal Reserve survey data reveals an interesting pattern. Households with higher incomes tend to have higher levels of career capital. We found that 75% of households earning over $150,000 per year have at least one member with a college degree. But more importantly, they tend to have members who have spent significant time building expertise in their fields. Consider a household earning $200,000 per year, with both members working in high-paying jobs. Our analysis suggests this household has likely accumulated substantial career capital over time, with both members having advanced degrees, strong professional networks, and deep expertise in their respective fields. This didn't happen through constant job switching. It happened through strategic career building. Let's walk through a specific scenario to illustrate the point. Compare two software engineers who both start at age 25 with similar skills. Engineer stays at a top company for 10 years, progressing from L3 to L6, building deep relationships, developing expertise in specialized areas, accumulating stock options, and becoming a technical leader. Engineer B job hops every 2-3 years, getting modest raises each time, but constantly restarting relationship and skill development cycles. After 10 years, Engineer A likely earns significantly more, has greater job security, more valuable career capital, and more options for future moves. Engineer B has had more employers but less depth in any single area. It's important to acknowledge the counterargument. In some industries and at some companies, staying too long can indeed limit your earning potential. If you're in a company with poor growth opportunities, limited promotion pathways, or where your skills are becoming obsolete, then job hopping might be necessary. Additionally, in industries outside of tech where compensation is tied more directly to tenure and seniority, the dynamics may differ. The job hopping argument isn't entirely wrong. It's just incomplete and oversimplified. The real insight is this: strategic career decisions matter more than tactical job hopping. The goal should be to maximize career capital accumulation, develop valuable skills, build strong networks, and position yourself for long-term growth. For many high earners in competitive fields, this means staying in carefully chosen roles long enough to see meaningful progression, while being willing to leave when growth stalls. In conclusion, our research suggests that the job hopping myth may not be entirely accurate, and that long-term strategic employment may be a more effective approach for achieving high earnings and career satisfaction. By building career capital, developing future skills, taking advantage of tax-advantaged benefits, and leveraging internal promotion pathways, individuals can increase their earning potential and achieve their career goals far more effectively than constant job switching. If this video has provided you with a new perspective on the job market and career strategy, I'd encourage you to hit subscribe for more content on these topics. Our next video will explore building career capital through mentorship, and we'll dive deeper into how to accelerate your growth while staying in longer-term roles. We'll also cover negotiation strategies that don't require changing companies. What's your biggest takeaway from this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, your career